Good evening, viewers. You're watching Daily Sun's Evening News Bulletin. I'm Urbi Islam with you today. Here are the top stories. National Consensus Commission warns of stalled talks with political parties ahead of the July Charter. Threats, eviction and debt, the price of standing up in the July movement. BNP leader Mirza Abbas alleges some groups aim to delay elections, risking national disaster. Revenue officials strike halts exports and imports across Bangladesh, sparking fears of shipment delays. Israeli airstrikes on Tehran's Evin prison leave 71 dead, including civilians and prisoners. Rangpur, ready for GSL challenge, eyes another historic triumph. You just heard the headlines, now moving on to the details. Turning to crucial political news updates. Progress in talks with political parties remains disappointing, National Consensus Commission Vice Chair Professor Ali Riaz said on Sunday. Speaking at the 7th day of second-round discussions at Dhaka's Foreign Service Academy, he warned that hopes of signing the July Charter jointly on martyr Abu Said's death anniversary are fading. Ali Riaz urged parties to recall last July's bloody struggle against fascism, emphasizing the need for consensus on constitutional reforms, including appointment processes, a bicameral parliament, and safeguarding an independent judiciary. He stressed ensuring reforms so no future ruler can unilaterally alter the constitution against public will. Today's meeting revisited unresolved issues from earlier sessions, with the Commission showing flexibility on proposals like Article 70 reforms and an upper house. Ali Riaz appealed to parties to prioritize national interests over partisan gains to prevent a return to post-autocracy. Meanwhile, convener of the National Citizens Party (NCP, Nahid Islam, said that the interim government has failed to issue a declaration in July. At an event in his party office on Sunday, Nahid Islam said the deadline for issuing the July declaration has passed. So far, no action has been taken by the government. Therefore, the NCP will issue the July declaration and manifesto. Maulana Shafiqur Rahman stood on the front lines of the July movement, risking everything for change. But today, he alleges that he is homeless, threatened, and drowning in debt, punished for his courage in a fight that freed the nation. Now, our reporter Abu Bakr Raihan brings you his story, voiced by Kranti Sheikh.
This is how Munir Khandokar, brother of Bhattara Thana Workers League leader Mizan Khandokar, is threatening Maulana Shafiqur Rahman, a frontline fighter of the July movement. Madrasatul Funun al-Islamia is located in the Sulmaid area of Bhattara in the capital. Until the July movement, the institution was running normally with over 70 students. However, a crisis began because of his important role in the July movement. The madrasa's principal, Maulana Shafiq, said that after a video of him with the police during the movement in the Rampura area went viral, the pressure on him increased. At one point, facing threats, he had to leave the madrasa and go into hiding. After the victory in the movement on August 6, he returned to the madrasa, but the landlord stopped renting it out under the pretext of renovations. A few days later, it was found that another institution was operating in the same place. An on-site visit to the madrasa office revealed that the signboard is still hanging. Locals were unwilling to speak on camera, but a few said that the madrasa has been practically closed since the time of the July movement. After the fall of the Awami League, the house owner Mizan Khandokar went into hiding. When trying to speak with his wife, the guards prevented it. Although it was initially not possible to contact Mizan's wife by phone, she later denied Shafiq's allegations. She said Maulana Shafiq had left the house even before the July movement. She shifted the blame for the threats onto Munir. However, In a video obtained by Daily Sun, Mizan's wife herself is seen telling Shafiq on October 31st to leave the madrasa by the 1st. Shafiq, who lost his institution due to participating in the July movement, says he is currently dependent on others and has become burdened with debt. When Shafiq went to Baridhara police station with a complaint about the sudden cancellation of the institution's rent without notice, Police Inspector Mustafizur Rahman said that if a general diary (GD) is filed requesting security, the police will take action. However, cases related to house rent must be dealt with in court.
BNP Standing Committee member Mirza Abbas has alleged that a group is trying to delay the election and push the country toward disaster. Speaking at an event for new BNP members at the Diploma Engineers Institute in Dhaka on Sunday, he warned against making unrealistic demands that could derail the electoral process. Mirza Abbas urged political parties to avoid spreading confusion through large rallies or divisive statements, saying such actions send the wrong message to the nation. He criticized Islami Andolon Bangladesh leader Syed Rizal Koring for demanding local elections and a proportional representation system before any national polls, questioning where such ideas come from. Citing Iran's example of unity, Abbas stressed that internal divisions have kept Bangladesh from progressing. He called on all parties to unite for the country's welfare, urging leaders to prioritize national interest over personal or party gains. Now moving to the Middle East. 71 people have been killed in an Israeli attack on Evin prison in Tehran, Iran. This information was reported on Sunday by news outlets The Dawn and TRT World, citing Iran's judiciary. National Board of Revenue officials continued their indefinite shutdown on Sunday for a second straight day, crippling trade and revenue collection nationwide. A complete work stoppage enforced by the NBR Reform Unity Council halted key customs services at Chittagong Port, Dhaka Airport and other customs offices. Details in desk report.
At Chittagong Port, no containers could be exported as customs officials abstained from work, stranding over 3,600 containers, mostly garments meant for Europe and America. 3 vessels remain docked at the port's jetties, unable to depart, raising fears of costly shipment delays and loss of buyer confidence. Import activities are also at a standstill as arriving vessels cannot register or unload cargo. At Dhaka Airport, exporters said nearly 1,000 tons of fresh vegetables and fruits could not be shipped today. Bangladesh Inland Container Depots Association confirmed that transport of laden containers between private depots and the port has been fully suspended since Saturday.
Now moving to the Middle East. 71 people have been killed in an Israeli attack on Evin prison in Tehran, Iran. This information was reported on Sunday by news outlets The Dawn and TRT World, citing Iran's judiciary. The news outlet reports that Asghar Jahangir, spokesperson for Iran's judiciary, stated at least 71 people were killed in an Israeli airstrike on Evin prison in Tehran on June 23. In a statement to the Iranian state media Mizan on Sunday, he said among the dead were prison administrative staff, some young military personnel, detained prisoners, family members who had come to visit the inmates and ordinary residents living near the prison. Now, sports news. Rangpur Riders, Bangladesh's only team in the Global Super League, are set to defend their title in the tournament's second edition this July. After a shaky start last year, Nurul Hassan Chauhan's team staged a remarkable comeback to lift the GSL trophy, marking a historic moment for Bangladesh cricket. Captain Chauhan says they're ready to embrace new challenges and bring glory home once again. However, building the squad was tricky this year. Several top players, including Miraj and Shamim, were unavailable due to national team commitments. Rangpur's management says national duty takes priority, but they have still assembled a strong side with stars like Shomu Sarkar, Yasir Ali and international recruits like Kylie Mays and the Bryce Chamsi. The tournament begins on July 10 in Guyana, where Rangpur hopes to repeat their fairy tale run. That's all for now. For the latest updates, follow us on our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay connected across our social media platforms. Good evening.
For more updates, follow us on Facebook, subscribe our YouTube channel, get the latest update on www.daily-sun.com.